where can I Google to find my background's in engineer, biomedical engineering and MBA. Where can I find the information?
Mr. Chairman, this is a preliminary hearing at this point, a preliminary meeting on the bonds. On record, there are public records for all prior bond issues by the hospital. In connection with this bond issue, there will be an offering statement that will be developed by the Disclosure Council that will have all the information on the bonds, on the financial wherewithal of the Orlando Health. That will be distributed and available prior to at the meeting, which will be on April 4th, where we think will be on April 4th, where we will be actually considering the bond resolution and the issuance of the bonds. So between now and April 4th, all that information will be available. It will be discussed at this meeting.
Thank you, sir.
The purpose of the authority is to issue revenue bonds on behalf of
Yeah, I understand that. I'm fully understanding that. I just want an answer to my question.
Costs of the hospitals,
yes.
The hospitals can pass on the lower cost.
I understand that.
And with Medicare cuts and things like that, it's really important for them to control.
Absolutely. I have no problem with the bonds per se. My question to you is, where can I Google the prospectus on the bonds?
They'll be available to the public.
How?
When the bonds are, we have to approve them first, and then they will call in their bond. Yeah.
The underwriters make those available, and they're usually developed over the next month, and they're available just before they're priced and sold on the market. I know they're available on unios.com, and I think they put those on before they sell the bonds, right? Right. So it'll be munios.com has that official statement.
So then since I can't Google it, what is the preliminary?
Okay.
What is the preliminary Fitch rating?
A2,
A2 and A.
or Fitch is, I forget, they're A or A2. A rating.
So it's A.
Yes, preliminary.
Preliminary A rating. What is the asset support? This is way too many questions. I would really rather just Google it, but you're telling me that the information isn't available publicly on the internet?
Oh, it's not ready yet.
Well, but as according to you, I have to get a prospectus once it's already issued, and I want it preliminary before it's issued. I'm actually asking the same questions. I want the preliminary prospectus on the bonds before the bonds are issued. So I'm asking the same questions. So you said it's rated A?
Orlando Health has been rated A.
Has been, but this particular bond issue.
The ratings are not complete with this bond issue.
So they haven't changed at this point, correct? Now, the assets behind the bonds, as I'm hearing it, is the actual. It's a straightforward real estate construction bond on the basis of the buildings that are going to be built. Correct? Is that correct, sir?
Not exactly. It's a revenue bond. Well, it's a bond secured by the revenues and accounts of Orlando Health and a mortgage on the asset.
And I heard that the interest rate on the bond is actually payable. Now, I've recorded it so I can go back, but is not completely payable as an entity by Orlando Health itself. Is that correct, ma'am? That it's not. In other words, the interest on the bond is not payable solely through Orlando Health. Is that correct?
Orlando Health is our health. Who else is paying it? There's an affiliated group, but it's all Orlando Health.
But you mentioned that part of this meeting was due to the tax nature of making sure it was taxed, but also the matter of the paying of the interest on the bond. Correct?
The authority issues the bonds as a tax-exempt revenue bond. We lend the money to Orlando Health.
Who's we?
Orange County
Orange County
government.
government is issuing these bonds.
The Orange County government does not lend any money to Orlando Health. Our Orange County Health Facilities Authority issues bonds that are sold to bond investors. Those bond investors purchase those bonds that are supported by the obligation of Orlando Health to pay interest. Orlando Health pays interest regularly and pays down the principal without any by Orange County towards that. It is an Orlando Health obligation, not an Orange County obligation. The bonds are a health facilities authority obligation, not an Orange County obligation, not a state obligation. It is solely, and we are basically a conduit issuer to assist Orlando Health, a public, not-for-profit hospital, to obtain tax-exempt financing. It is supported solely by Orlando Health's obligation.
Private,
So, ma'am, this bond is listed on Muni OS. If it is being issued, even though it is a public-private organization, Orlando Health, why is it being issued under Muni OS?
Muni OS is just a website that houses all bond issues in the country. It's just a database.
When I looked at it, the bonds that were on it were municipal bonds. So this is a municipal bond, is it not? Okay, thank you. That's why, I would just entreat you personally, due to the nature of what, I've lived in this town as I was explaining, and my mother's, I'm a member of Mensa, but I know other people, and I would like to forewarn that the condition of the bonds in this community, even though they've reported some of them as junk, is reflecting on the entire community. And Orange County's decision to step in for City of Orlando on a month-by-month basis to prevent imminent default is reflecting on the community, causing lowered Fitch ratings. Now, no one here, as I'm hearing it, is a CPA. So I don't have any expertise. Oh, you are a CPA. So I how do I say this? I don't mean to be an affront on this. The information is public record. The information is actually internet accessible. But my understanding comes from people who work within government itself. That's where my understanding comes from. Although the proof is easily acceptable on the internet. Now, these will initially maybe be Fitch. I forget the AA minus. The latest issue just dropped from the combination of Orange, which was only text stream, having nothing to do with the real estate market. They just dropped rating on that one rating, and they're having trouble selling those bonds, clearing those bonds, $125 million. So my question is I don't know what my question is.
Can I help you?
My statement is the interest rate and the Fitch rating on these bonds, due to the nature of a pending default, is going to be extremely onerous to the taxpayers of Orange County. Now, can anyone tell me differently?
Yes.
Thank you.
My name is Fred Winterton. I'm the manager of Fiscal and Business Services for Orange County. I'm responsible for all the indebtedness of the county. Okay? What you read was a release yesterday that said that Fitch downgraded by one notch the credit rating on bonds issued by the City of Orlando, which has no connection to this meeting today. The City of Orlando issued bonds through the CRA, which is a downtown taxing district. Those bonds were used to build the Performing Arts Center. Those bonds, which have already been issued, there's no clearing, people already own them, those bonds are out there. There was a one-notch downgrade from A to A. That's what you read. But if you had read further on the Fitch website, you would have seen that on Tuesday, Orange County, where we are today, was given, for the first time ever, a AAA rating on its general obligation lien, which means Orange County has the highest possible credit rating on its general indebtedness.
I would just want to make one correction. I can show you on the site, or I can explain it to you. That CAR of which you speak,
CRA?
the one that this is a different one, because the one that I can show you is for International Drive, which includes not just the taxes of the City of Orlando, but the taxes of Orange County also.
But there's no bonds outstanding on that CRA.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit further afield.
No, he agrees. Orange County actually is in the CRA.
Right, but
So it is Orange County
CRAs,
taxes.
But there are numerous CRAs.
Yes, this is the one I'm speaking of, a
But there are
different
no
CRA.
bonds outstanding.
this
The CRA I'm speaking of is Orange County
this
taxes
hearing
in the
is not
CRA.
about Orange County